I'm Michael McAnally, CEO and developer of TouchVoice. I'm going to tell you the story about how I developed a speech impaired app which helps people who cannot speak. I have a friend who I'll call Dan. He was in the hospital after an operation on his leg, and he had a pulmonary embolism, which is a blood clot went from his leg to his lungs and then stopped his heart. He couldn't speak. His lungs were really weak. You could barely hear his voice. Tried to talk to him. We couldn't talk. When I walked in the room, the first thing was we noticed each other. So I knew he was in there, but he just couldn't communicate to me. He was too weak to do that. And so I looked around and I saw that this hospital had like a laminated speaking sheet where you could point to the words yes and no and spell out words with A through Z, and numbers and stuff. But it was very crude, and I thought, well, maybe I can do better with an app running on something like an iPad, because his hands were really shaky and weak, and so I figured I had to make the buttons, the user interface had to have buttons that were really, really large, so that when you pressed them, he couldn't miss them. And when he spoke, it would speak in a computerized, human-sounding voice, sort of like the thing that happens with Stephen Hawking's wheelchair and stuff. Dan's hands were strong enough to press the buttons and target them, but just miss them more often than usual. It worked. Not really well. The first iteration was crude, but it worked. We tested out an improved version of it with a developer I had partnered with. He helped me to develop the first iteration, the refinements of the first iteration. We tested with Dan, and we noticed the large keyboard was helpful, but he would still be making a lot of mistakes. So he was making as many mistakes as you might make by spacing the space bar, which was pretty bad. So I had to make improvements to the interface again. So it's gone through several iterations over the years. I've taken feedback over email support for the app. And so it's now addressing a large, wide range of medical conditions it seems to be helpful for. This app is a paid app because it was specially designed to help and address medical needs. And that's why I'm telling you the story here. Thank you very much for listening. I hope the app continues to help people.